Next topic of the posterior abdominal wall is inferior vena cava. Inferior vena cava, it is formed by the union of right and left common iliac veins. This is the right common iliac vein, this is the left common iliac vein. Both of these veins join to form IVC on the right side of the body of the L5 vertebra. Aorta ends at the level of L4 vertebra and this arises at the level of the L5 vertebra. It is formed by the union of right and left common iliac veins. Then it ascends upwards in front of the vertebral column. Behind is the vertebral column, and on the right side of it is running on the right side of the aorta. Aorta is on left side of the IVC. Then it moves upwards on the posterior surface of the liver. Then it pierces the diaphragm at the level of the T8 through the large opening of diaphragm, that is the opening for the inferior vena cava. Then it ascends into the right atrium of the heart and opens into the right atrium of the heart and drains the deoxygenated blood of the abdomen and lower limb into the right atrium of the heart. Next is the relations of the IVC, anterior relations and the posterior relations. Anterior relations from above downwards are this upper part, it is related to the posterior surface of the liver. It is related to the posterior surface of the liver and the epiploic foramen. Here is the first part of duodenum. It is also related to first part of duodenum. Then third part of duodenum, and in between the third and the first part there lies the head of the pancreas along with the bile duct. So it is related anteriorly from above downward to the posterior surface of the liver. Here is the posterior surface of the liver. Then is the epiploic foramen. Then is the first part of duodenum. Then it is also the third part of duodenum, head of the pancreas, bile duct and the portal vein. These are the anterior relations. Next are the posterior relations. Posterior to it, here lies the right crus of the diaphragm. Then is the right renal artery, right suprarenal artery, right suprarenal. Next are the posterior relations of IVC. Posterior to IVC, here lies the right crus of the diaphragm. Then is the posterior to it lies, this one is right suprarenal artery. Then is the right celiac ganglion. Then medial part of the right suprarenal gland. It is also related to sympathetic chain, and the medial border of the hair lies the below it lies the psoas major. So these are the posterior relations of IVC. Next are the tributaries of inferior vena cava. First tributary of inferior vena cava is common iliac veins. These are the common iliac veins. This is right common iliac vein. This is left common iliac vein. Right common iliac vein is formed by the union of external and internal iliac vein, and left is formed by the fusion of the external and the internal iliac veins. And both these common iliac veins, these fuse at the level of these both right and the left common iliac veins, these fuse at the level of the L5. Then they ascend upward in front of the vertebral column. So these common iliac veins, they receive the iliolumbar veins. These are receiving the iliolumbar veins. Lumbar veins, these are the pair of third lumbar veins on the right side, on the left side, and these are the pair of the fourth lumbar veins on the right side and on the left side. These lumbar veins run on the corresponding sides and open into the posterior aspect of the inferior vena cava. These are opening posteriorly into the IVC The veins of the left side, these are the veins of the left side, third lumbar and fourth lumbar. They cross behind the aorta. These are present behind the aorta. They cross behind the aorta to reach the IVC. Then is the above is the first and the second lumbar. The first and the second lumbar veins, and in the ascending lumbar vein on the right side and the left side. The first and the second lumbar veins, they end in the ascending lumbar veins. And the ascending lumbar veins, what are the ascending lumbar veins? They are the anastomotic channels between the lateral sacral. They are the anastomotic channels between the lateral sacral, iliolumbar and the subcostal veins. These three veins, that is lateral sacral, iliolumbar and the subcostal veins, they unite from the ascending lumbar veins, and it lies within the psoas major vessel in front of the transverse. It is lying within the psoas major muscle over the root of the transverse process of the lumbar vertebra, and these form on the right side the ascending lumbar veins. It forms the azygous vein, and on the left side it forms the hemiazygous vein on joining the subcostal veins. Next are the right testicular or the ovarian veins. These gonadal veins are the right testicular or the ovarian veins. These open into the IVC just below the renal vein. This is the renal vein just below the IVC. These gonadal veins, in males they are the testicular veins, and in females they are ovarian veins. They drain into the IVC. Then fourth is the renal veins. These are the renal veins. The renal veins join the IVC. These join the IVC just below the transpyloric plane, and each renal vein lies in front of the corresponding artery. Right renal vein lies below the right renal artery, and the left renal vein lies below the, it lies above the right renal artery. Each renal vein lies in front of the right renal vein lies in front of right renal artery, and left renal vein lies in front of the left renal artery. The right renal vein is shorter as compared to the left renal vein and lies behind the second part of the duodenum. This is lying behind the second part of the duodenum. And the left vein, it crosses in front of the aorta. This is crossing in front of the aorta and lies behind the pancreas. Here is the duodenum, so here lies the pancreas. So this is lying behind the pancreas and the splenic vein. It receives the left suprarenal and the gonadal veins. This is receiving, see here, suprarenal and the gonadal veins. Left the suprarenal veins. This is the right suprarenal vein. This is left suprarenal vein. Suprarenal veins, they drain the blood from the suprarenal part. The suprarenal vein, right suprarenal vein, it drains directly into the IVC, and the left suprarenal vein, it first of all drains into the left renal vein, then left renal vein will drain to the IVC. Next are the hepatic veins. There are three hepatic veins present on the anterior surface of IVC. They drain into IVC before IVC pierces the diaphragm at the level of T8. These drain into the IVC before IVC pierces the diaphragm at the level of the T8 to reach into the thorax. These are the veins or the tributaries of the inferior vena cava.